Okoko Bioko. Omunne Minyuku, Menembosha Yuku, according to Igbo interpreting. I beg if you know the hear Igbo, forgive me, pardon me, Sometimes you get some of my Igbo dialect where if I want to use them for news, but I don't know the interpretation for English. I beg when I make it don't kill me. I can't come and kill myself. My wonderful people, make on see this trending video. And I don't see say all this when we dey talk say that the military and the Fulani government of Nigeria, what they want to do now is to hide under the guise of sit at home and perpetrate and unleash terror on our people. Imagine the chief of army staff to come out and begin to warn that they are not going to condone sit at home again in our own southeastern state. If you go out there to protest, they will shoot us and kill us. If we gather one place to say, okay, let us do a kind of a candle night for our fallen heroes, they will shoot us. The few ones they were arrested will be nowhere to be found. Up till tomorrow, the people they arrested during the candle night of remembrance of our fallen heroes, most of them now have not, their loved one have not seen them. So you will be chief of army staff that exactly know what the BIAFRANS are looking for, that call this sit at home. We're not talking about sit at home for referendum. That one is a case on its own. The sit at home cause is for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released. I am not supporting the way the sit at home is been handling. Hear me and hear me clear. I am not supporting anybody. I am not siding anybody. I am not siding Simon Ekpa. Neither am I siding those who is enforcing it at home. So do not come to my comment section and begin to say, after all, before you supported this one, you talk with two sides of your mouth. Listen to me. I say things the way they are. Believe it or leave it. That is your own cup of tea. What I'm trying to let you know is that the Lagbaja cannot threaten the Southeasterners simply because they just give him a chief of army staff that they cannot condone it at home. But all those people that do it at home, when you see them tomorrow on the street protesting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you order your men to shoot them with live bullets. Anyway, I say that one is not enough. Make sure I hear this headline before there's another trending headline, which is one of the things I lamented on my earlier video this morning. This headline says, and I quote, "Do not hide under the guise of sit at home to unleash terror on our people. IPOB warns the new chief of army staff, Lagbaja." That one, this one is just the tip of iceberg. Make sure I hear this headline. And I still remember that this morning I said something about the northern group saying demanding that Tinubu should not release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because if he did that they will end Nigeria or whatever their plans is. That same northern group again have come out now to write to Tinubu seeking for amnesty for Boko Haram that have killed over millions of people in Nigeria. Make I ask on Abikono. The answer is no. So you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to remain in a DSS dungeon, while you want Tinubu to grant amnesty to Boko Harams. How many people have you seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu killed? Have you ever seen him before with anything gun or machete? Have you ever caught him red-handed with any charm or whatever? You see, I keep saying this. That in Nigeria can never be one. I never see where they can come and match cows and human beings that they must be in one country. Because if these people are really reasoning from their brain, not from their anus, they're supposed to know that you cannot be condemning another person and ask for amnesty for Boko Haram and bandits and even ISWAP. Okay, make una hear this earlier. Make you know be say I mean the talk. Northern group rise to Numbu, 6 amnesty for Boko Haram bandits to give them scholarship and general pensions. Humongous pensions. That is what they are asking. But that same group is asking Tinubu not to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you tell me that human beings and cows will be merged in one country to live together. It can never be so. Referendum, Biafra or what? Biafra or nothing. Because these people are reasoning from their anus. They can never reason from their brain. No. If they tell me these people are reasoning from their brain, they will not make this statement. This news is the same. Fresh news today. Telling Tinubu, don't release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said this, he said that. Then now, you are telling the same Tinubu to give amnesty to Boko Haram and bandits, even with a scholarship and humongous pensions. Oh, Bikono. But over say I laugh because here, this one is not a laughing matter. But make an over, I beg. Just 1 minute, make I sip my coffee before I proceed with this because this one why I don't shout now. My voice don't begin to crack. Now so my voice take me. I beg one and over. Another hear. So now the people that is good to remain in the custody of DSS or in the police net or whatever. Now the BIAFRANS. Then the cows will be freed. A country, a region where we say, if you kill one cow, they will unleash mayhem on the entire community. What happened in Taraba that led to, what do they call it? Mass burial of over 45 to 50 people. Simply because one of their cows destroyed someone's farmland. A livelihood. Farmland, they invested money so that they will also sell it and make their money back. One of their cows went and they destroyed that farmland. They killed that cow. That is why they unleashed terror simply because of one cow on an entire community and burned the whole place down. Kill everybody. Till today, as I'm talking to you, no single person or whatsoever have been arrested or persecuted. All we keep hearing is that government is doing investigation. Anything that has to do with when the Christians are being killed, investigation upon investigation, and that will be the end of it. It happened in northern southern Kaduna during the reign of Madam Natural El-Rufai, that small maggot, whereby a one side of that is listen, either one village was being killed. 24th of December last year, if I'm not mistaken, please. If I'm wrong, correct me. They killed over 45 or 50 people. Mass burial. Barely 24 hours that happened. The same people who did that thing struck again, unabated. Nobody disturbed them. No security operatives is anywhere to be found. And they abducted 53 of them. 8 managed to escape. They went into their forest with 45 people. Today, I don't know if those people have been freed or they still remain in the custody of the kidnappers. Now, the same people that the northern group that tell them to hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who is a freedom fighter, who never appear anywhere with any gun or bullet, who is just a commander and leader of indigenous people of Biafra. Self-determination is in the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and also Nigeria is a signatory to it at the United Nations and also Commonwealth. On our way down, cows. Because now waiting when I'm supposed to call on cows. Cows that now hope the direction for life. Anyway, my wonderful people, do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. Let us go straight to the reason why we are here this morning. We don't have to talk too much. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has called on the Nigerian government to release its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, as various courts and the United Nations have ordered if it cares about the destructive effects of sit-at-home in the southeast. The Biafran group said releasing its leader would automatically end the illegal sit-at-home, while accusing the government of holding its leader against court orders because the government wanted to use his detention to destabilize the southeast and blackmail IPOB. IPOB stated this in a release issued on Friday by its media and publicity secretary, Emma Powerful, while opposing the deployment of soldiers in the southeast under the guise of fighting insecurity. IPOB, however, warned the Chief of Army Staff, Major General Lagbaja Taoreed, not hide under his ethnic bias against Ndigbo and IPOB to unleash terror on our people in the guise of going after sit-at-home of enforcers. The government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu should not toe the same line of the past Janjaweed government by sponsoring crises in the east to justify murderous military python and crocodile dances. The released party rates. IPOB worldwide condemned the statement credited to the Nigerian army, linking IPOB to the incident and destructive sit-at-home orders and enforcement in the southeastern part of the country. The army chief, Lagbaja, will not claim ignorance of all the previous press release written by IPOB, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, disassociating ourselves from Simon Ekpa and his criminal sit-at-home enforcers. For avoidance of doubt, IPOB is not responsible for Monday's nor failed 7-day and purported 2-week sit-at-home orders and enforcement. The reckless and abusive sit-at-home strategy is from the autopilot group led by Simon Ekpa. Why are they hiding like ostriches, pretending as if they don't know that it was Simon Ekpa's group, not IPOB, who is responsible for the violent enforcement of sit-at-home? They want to destroy IPOB from within the Igbo land, but they will fail, and all of the people involved will regret their involvement. The Nigerian government and her compromised security agencies run, but they can't hide from the reality of their atrocities. We in the IPOB oppose every military intervention in the southeast because they are usually of evil motives. We support them if they arrest the criminals and enforcers of forceful sit-at-home, but they must do so at their camps. We will not support the government plan to invade Igbo land because we will continue to protect our innocent fathers, mothers, and youths. The Nigerian army uses every opportunity to extrajudicially murder Igbo people anytime they are deployed to the southeast. That is why we object to their presence as much as we detect the malicious sit-at-home and violent enforcement from the agent provocateurs. We oppose military interventions because they will be used to kill and destroy the livelihood of our own people. The military or the Nigerian military must not use this as a conduit to illegally arrest, detain, and kill innocent Igbo youths, mothers, fathers, and even innocent IPOB members and ESN. IPOB members have no hands in the sit-at-home. We advocate that anyone caught violent entry enforcing the oppressive sit-at-home should be arrested, investigated, and their sponsors brought to book. The Nigerian military should not allow ethnic hatred and bias to becloud their professional ethics. ESN and IPOB are for our people, and we cannot afford to destabilize our land. The southeast region is our territory, and we must protect it. The promoters of insecurity are not IPOB members, but sponsored agent provocateurs and the infiltrators working to derail IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's achievement. Their sponsors, fearing that the Biafran agitation is gathering global momentum, sponsor them to derail the Biafra restoration project. Irrespective of all the attacks, IPOB will not retreat until Biafra is restored, as we fight to free Biafrans from the damnable republic of the animal kingdom known as Nigeria. Our ESN operatives have been deployed to fight Fulani rappers and kidnappers in our bushes and forests. ESN operators have rescued many of our people who were kidnapped without making noise or announcing it. The recent viral video of rescued kidnapped victims from Ebonyi and the Enugu state was the tip of the iceberg. This work to protect our people in Biafra land has been ongoing. Indeed, the Nigerian government and her security agencies are interested in the peace of the eastern region. They should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally, as pronounced by the Appeal Court of Nigeria in Abuja, and see their sponsored criminal agents using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's detention to perpetrate crime go into oblivion and fade away. When I hear them, Lagbaja, this message is for you. Hear it and hear it very clear. We don't care who you are. We don't care how many stars you have. But one thing is for sure. If you want to stop the menace of or cushion the sit-at-home that is ravaging the southeast, you say you cannot tolerate that. You cannot condone it. Then release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The court have freed him High Court, Appeal Courts have said let him go. Even a United Nations Working Committee on Arbitrary Detention have already announced that let this man go with a compensation of a huge amount of money. The federal government refused. And instead of you people to go out there and tell whoever authority that is in their hands to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you people are coming out to tell us you cannot conduct at home. How dare you? How dare you, Lagbaja Abiwe Kilongbe? You cannot conduct it at home. You said you cannot condone the enforcers of sit at home, not sit at. You cannot go into somebody's house and say, why do you sit at home? Oh yeah, come out now, begin to go market. In Enugu state, in Ebonyi, in Imo state, it happens. You tell people to come out, go to their normal businesses, but at the end of the day, there is no adequate security to protect them. Anyone that die will not be returned back again, oh. And you and your family are enjoying your life. What you going it's not afago Lagbaja. Onyaro ni believe Chineke akpok very soon. Let us proceed, my dear people. Northern group writes Tinubu seeks amnesty for Boko Haram bandits with scholarships, generous pensions. The Northern Development Forum has issued a 2-week ultimatum to the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to grant amnesty to Boko Haram and bandits in the north to foster national inclusivity. The group, which promised its demands on what it called the prosperous life now being lived by ex-agitators in the Niger Delta, said granting its request would help foster a lasting peace across the vast swaths of the northern region. In a press statement by its spokesperson, Sheriff Abubakar, the NDF said the only way the North will have a respite from incessant attacks from Boko Haram and bandits is for the Tinubu government to grant amnesty to the rebels, just like President Umar Musa Yar'Adua did in 2009 for Niger Delta militants. The group further stated that for 15 years and counting, the Niger Delta militants have enjoyed unprecedented patronage from the Nigerian government, leaving those in the north in abject poverty and deprivation. Then the question there is, where is the resources that this government is using to thrive? The resources that are using to do roads and give you people electricity, where is it coming from? From that same Niger Delta. These are two different cases. So I don't see the reason why you people come out and open your goddamn gutter, you come out and begin to make some ungodly statements. Niger Delta are protesting for inclusivity in the oil that is coming from their own land. How many oil have you people produced in this country? In fact, where are the mineral resources that come from that north? The gold that is in Zamfara, when they being asked, they said no, it is their own giving mineral resources. Then, but you people are digging oil from Niger Delta and you need to develop the north. You go to north, you will not see any cracked road. All they had there is tied by Julius Berger. Then that Niger Delta, where this oil is coming from, go there. You even if you live in the village in the north, you will hardly sleep in that very area. No good water, no good road, no good environment, no electricity, no good school, not even a good water to drink. And you have the God to come out, the temerity to come and make this kind of statement. Egbe Bobugwegu Ndara. Let us continue. It listed its demand for Boko Haram and bandits to include declaration of amnesty, provision of scholarship, capacity buildings, and the establishment of corporate secure. Several Niger Delta agitators were offered scholarships, management skills, and federally backed pension in their own given mineral resources, right? Hell, I said it, that these people, they keep reasoning from their anus, not from their brain. The statements reads in full. Dear President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we are writing you today as concerned citizens and advocates for justice and unity in our great nation. Recent events have brought to light the urgent need for amnesty to be granted to northern agitators, popularly known as Boko Haram. They are northern agitators. What are they agitating for? What are they agitating? That is the question. And bandits. Paralleling the historic amnesty granted to Niger Delta militants during the tenure of our late brother, President Omar Yar'Adua, Allah Hamuna. We strongly urge you to consider this proposal and take decisive action to promote peace, inclusivity, and national cohesion. We are aware that on account of amnesty to Niger Delta agitators, some of them have transitioned to politicians holding critical positions on Speaker of the House of Reps, House of Assembly, House of Representatives, members of Senate Assemblies, among other sensitive political offices, while others are now successful business people creating wealth and jobs. We want the same for Boko Haram and bandits. Hey, cows reasoning from their annals. The Niger Delta Amnesty Program, initiated in 2009, played a pivotal role in mitigating the conflicts in the region and fostering lasting peace. The program offered a pathway for former militants to reintegrate into society, providing them with rehabilitation, education, and employment opportunities. Today, we find ourselves facing a similar situation in the north, where agitations and the conflicts have escalated to an alarming dimension. It is imperative that we do not ignore the plight of our fellow citizens who are voicing their concerns through agitations. We understand that quite a number of Boko Haram insurgents have been pardoned and rehabilitated through the radicalization, rehabilitation, and reintegration program of the Nigerian army, but more need to still be done. Granting amnesty to agitators in the north will not only address their grievances, but also pave the way for a more united and prosperous Nigeria. By extending amnesty to northern agitators, we will send a powerful message of inclusivity, justice, and fairness. It will provide a much-needed opportunity for dialogue and reconciliation, allowing all parties to come together to find sustainable solutions to the issue that have plagued our nation. Mr. President, if amnesty is granted to these local gangs, it will allow those involved to lay down their arms, embrace peaceful means of expression, and contribute positively to the development of our beloved country. Furthermore, this act of amnesty will highlight your administration's commitment to upholding the principles of equity and equality before the law. It will demonstrate that every citizen, regardless of their geographical location or ethnic background, is entitled to the same rights, privileges, and opportunities. Such a move will foster trust, build bridges, and foster a sense of national unity that is indispensable for our progress as a nation. We implore you, Mr. President, to act with wisdom, compassion, and foresight in granting amnesty to the northern agitators. Your decisive action in this matter has the potential to bring about a transformative change and create an environment where every Nigerian can thrive. We firmly believe that by drawing on the precedent set by the Niger Delta amnesty, we can overcome divisions and strife, forging a path towards a more peaceful, prosperous, and united Nigeria. Thank you for your attention to this critical matter. We eagerly anticipate your positive response and the courageous steps you will take to ensure a bright future for our nation. And I hear them, this one are the people where they take me, where be human being, where they reason well. People where you go from the backyard, you they dig the oil, they use and they develop your own country. All the whole money they siphon today, all the whole corruption in Nigeria today, every money that Nigeria have made as a country have come from that same oil coming from the Niger Delta region. Yet, you want Nigeria or the president or so-called president of the Fulani government to give amnesty to people who come out just to destroy people's lives and livelihoods and burn houses. They have made a lot of people from the Benue state, mostly the Christians, force them out from their ancestral lands, and all of them are now at the DP camp, IDP camps. That is the people you are calling for government to give amnesty. How can you compare bandits and the people who are agitating for their own right coming from their own land? Those two does not match. That is why I said you people keep reasoning like cows. In fact, on a be cow, make una come and arrest me. Subsidy removal. If the government increases worker salary by 10,000 naira. If I say the two APC governments on a do meeting in Imo State, in the southeast, Imo State have done his own 10,000 now. Ebonyi State 10,000. The Ebonyi State government have approved 10,000 naira as addition to each worker's salary as part of effort to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy removal. How long can it last? Chika Dibia Okpo, Commissioner for Information and Orientation, announced approval to reporters after the Executive Council meeting on Friday in Abakaliki. The issue of workers' salary was raised and deliberated by ESCO, that executive. The sum of 10,000 naira will be added to every worker's salary in the state to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy removal. On subvention of the Ebonyi State University, the commissioner noted that Governor Francis Nwifuru has mandated the secretary to the state government, Grace Umezuru Ike, to look into the finances of the institutions. The council also approved the employment of 1,454 into the state civil service to fill in the vacancies created in the service over the years, Mr. Okpo added. The commissioner noted that the council also deliberated on water challenges in the state, explaining that a marching order had been given to the commissioner for water resources to get water running in Abakaliki as a whole. We hope that the problem of water will come to an end in the state, he said. This one is coming from the news agency of Nigeria, that is NAN. Are you hearing me? Are you with me? Okay, let us take another news we have on our hand here. 8,000 naira palliative. Which data are you using? Catholic Bishop questions Tunumbu's plan. Which data are you using? Please answer us. The Auxiliary Bishop of Abuja Archdiocese, Anselm Umeren, has questioned the federal government's plan to give 8,000 naira to 12 million households in Nigeria for 6 months. Umeren also wants to know those who will benefit from the 8,000 naira and the data the federal government will use to carry out its plan, insisting that Nigeria are over 200 million people. The money will also come out and go into the pockets of the ones that have it. And tomorrow they will tell you they have spent 1 trillion naira for the poor people in Nigeria. And we ask, please, do we have another country again called Nigeria? I mean, they don't give anti Niger Republic people. He said this on Sunday while speaking with the newsmen on the sidelines of the mass and charter presentation ceremony of a Sarah Club, Gariki, Abuja. Daily Post report that President Bola Tinubu had a request. The National Assembly pointed out the intention to cater for the welfare of poor and vulnerable households in the country under the National Safety Net Program of the federal government of Nigeria. According to Tinubu, 8,000 naira will be transferred monthly, digitally to the accounts of 12 million poor and low-income households for 6 months, while under one sitting. Your so-called ministers, your so-called House of Rep members and Senate will share 70 billion naira for people, for persons that not up to 500 people. In other words, divide it by 450 something they are in that parliament. Each person will have approximately 145 to 150 million naira per sitting. Just that one is their own palliative for helping the executive to rule out 8,000 naira to the poor masses that are suffering. The rich getting richer, while the poor getting poorer. On our way down Nigeria, in fact, it seems like the federal government have joined the thinkers, the people that think like cow. Because if you don't think like cow, how can poor masses see? You say you are there to serve the poor masses, yet you are using the taxpayers' money to reach yourself that you are rich already. Ogun, go visit all of una. I want to call on the government to do all its plans to alleviate the sufferings of the people. It cannot be business as usual, Maron said. I don't want to believe all that I see in the media is true. 8,000 naira household. Which data are you using? Who is going to benefit from it? We are over 200 million people. They need to rethink what they are trying to do to make sure that what they are doing will reach out to everyone. Otherwise, it will be the same as before. That is the simple truth now. You even census and they not yet conducted. You don't even know the number of people we have in Nigeria now. We are talking about 200, 220. Nigeria is over 300 million people if you don't know. Nigeria is over 300 million people if you don't know. And you want to share 8,000 naira for 6 months. Approximately how much? 48,000 naira. Oh, while I know the finish. Why northern cabals can't influence Tinubu's military list? Former Bauchi Senator Matori. And I don't influence him already, so forget about that one. See how it look like roundabout. The former senator who represented Bauchi South, Salisu Matori, has expressed optimism that the selection of ministers by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu would be based on merit and not determined by favoritism. He dismissed insinuations in some quarters that some cabals in the north would influence the anticipated list. Matori, who was once the vice chairman of Senators Forum in the Northeast Zone, told Daily Post, I have no iota of doubt in my mind that the selection of ministers will be based on merit. I believe Tinubu is not the kind of person who can be misled by some powerful people in the north. He also expressed optimism that President Tinubu's administration will continue oil exploration in the north, particularly in Bauchi State. According to him, the completion of this project and the harnessing of mineral resources in the north and other parts of the country will no doubt open up the northern region and bring socio-economic development to the country. Tinubu pledged in many places that he will continue with the oil exploration efforts in the country and look into oil discovery possibilities in states like Sokoto, Borno, and the Bauchi states as part of an effort to elevate energy security for the country, promote economic growth and prosperity for all our people, he said. Matori expressed confidence that Tinubu will intensify the search for oil in Borno, Sokoto, Bida, and Anambra basins. Anambra again, Southeast again. The one that they take, I never use and do anything in the Southeast. You still want to explore more of our oils. Ugu, now I go kill all of us now. Since I don't want to do the needful. You get our money, you use it to develop other countries, not our own country. Not in Nigeria. You use our money to develop other countries. That is the problem we are having in this so-called country. Insecurity. Plateau people must stand together to preserve their heritage. Governor Mufwang laments. Governor Caleb Mufwang of Plateau State on Sunday admonished citizens of the state to stand together irrespective of tribe and faith in defending the state's heritage in the wake of security challenges confronting communities in Mangu, Bakin, Laderium, and other local government areas of the state. Mufwang made the call during the Thanksgiving service for the immediate past speaker of the Plateau State House of Assembly, Ayuba Abok, held at a COAS Church, Jos, Jarawa. He said, it is time for Plateau people to unite on the common front in preserving the heritage of the state. According to him, we must forget the mistakes of the past, where various ethnic groups were left alone to confront calamities that befall their communities. I am confident that God will grant us victory over those who trouble us, and Plateau will prosper again. It is not time to be careless. It is time for us to unite as people. It is time for us to stand shoulder to shoulder with one another. This land that God has given us, He gave us for a purpose. In his remarks, Abok expressed gratitude to God for finding him worthy to serve the state as speaker. He noted that he took decisions in the interest of the state and pleaded for forgiveness whenever he stepped on the toes of others, saying it was not deliberate. Former COCIN Vice President Reverend Obed Dashan, who took the sermon from the book of Psalms 103, verse 1 to 6, and 1 Thessalonians 5 to 16, with the theme, giving thanks in all circumstances, encouraged believers to hold firm unto God and be thankful in all situations. The album is that Isaac Wakili appreciated Governor Mufwang for attending the service and also congratulated him for emerging victorious at the polls. Insecurity. PDP demands probe. Says Uzodinma abandoned Imo since Tinubu's inauguration. The People's Democratic Party PDP has described as unfortunate the inability of the Governor Hope Uzodinma to stem the rising insecurity in the state, which he is among them. The spokesperson for the PDP 2023 gubernatorial campaign, Barrister Gozie Nwachukwu, made a claim at a press conference held in Owerri on Tuesday. The PDP said Uzodinma relocated to Abuja since President Bola Tinubu's inauguration and abdicated his constitutional responsibility of ensuring that the lives and property of the people are secured. Nwachukwu, flanked by the campaign director of New Media, Tumebi Ifeanyi Chukwu, said that the governor's absence remains a concern and should be condemned by all. The opposition further alleged that non-state actors recruited by the state government have taken over the roles of security agencies in Imo State. Nwachukwu urged the President Tinubu to immediately set up an independent investigation panel to look into the wanton killings in the state if they want it to stop. Bullets rained in Imo in the last 7 days. We're seriously worried. We are calling on the President and the Commander-in-Chief to please urgently set up an independent fact-finding team, he said. The spokesperson extended the condolences of the PDP governorship candidate, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, to those that have suffered irreparable loss as a result of the insecurity in our different states. In the last 1 week, suspected armed men burned part of the popular Amara Akumarket in Ichalamba and local government area of the state. The hoodlums also raised vehicles and goods belonging to traders, mostly women, and fled to another community, Obolo, also in the local government area, where they burnt commercial vehicles. The International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law, Inter-Society, recently cried out over the killing of hundreds of citizens in Imo, adding that 300 others disappeared without trace between January 2021 and May of 2023. Now what you will see in the hand of Hope Uzodinma, and you people are clapping for him, saying he's calling for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Who is the insecurity in Imo State, if not Hope Uzodinma? Hope Uzodinma, Dave Umahi, together with the, what do they call him, Alfred Okubo, are the problem we have in Imo State, Anambra State, and also Ebonyi State, as I'm talking to you right now. Customs seeks Ribado's collaboration to end land border smuggling. The acting Controller General of Customs, Bashir Aduwele Adeniyi, has sought collaboration with the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribado, to end land border smuggling. Abdullahi Mewada, the spokesperson of the Nigerian Customs Service, disclosed this in a statement on Wednesday. The statement explained that the CG of Customs is seeking support from the National Security Advisor to end border insecurity and the menace of smuggling. Adeniyi on Tuesday had paid a courtesy visit to the National Security Advisor, Ribado, at his office in Abuja. During the meeting, Adeniyi emphasized the need to address some of the challenges associated with the manning Nigeria's vast land borders. The porous nature of nations' borders necessitates this visit to the NSA to fashion the best way to tackle the menace of smuggling, which has adverse effects on our economy and security, the CGC stated. Under the Yaram, and I saw the team take me, so my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers. In fact, now here I go take back Okaya and I go so. If you never subscribe to my channel, endeavor to do that anytime soon. Like, share, comment, and turn on the notification button. Be notified this time I go live or I post something new on this channel or any other channel related to Okute Daily Talk. In fact, my wonderful people, we're gonna enjoy on a Monday until hear my voice again. Or come here, we're gonna still remain Okute Daily Talk. Please let the video let it go viral because it's for a reason. Any video you watch, even if you don't learn anything from it, let it go viral someone out there might pick a word or two that will change his or her life, and that's how it take be. Have a nice day. May the good Lord bless you all. Bye for now. Kemesiano.